Have you ever heard a dog bark so loud and fiercely you'd swear a pit bull was about to tear through the door and devour you? Now picture that very same beast, guarding all your money and fortunes. Here in Lesotho, we are told that such a watchdog exists, the Public Accounts Committee, or PAC. It barks. They echo through Parliament, promising fire and brimstone for any thieving hand daring to plunge into the public purse. But here's the million-dollar question that should burn in our mind. Is the PAC a useless watchdog that doesn't have a bite? I'm your host, Tladi P. Libita, and welcome to In Perspective, where every issue deserves a closer look. So what is this magnificent PAC? On paper, it's a huge deal for Lesotho's struggling democracy, a parliamentary hero copied from the British system. The PAC is a permanent group in the National Assembly, and its job description is so pure and so noble. Dig into public spending, demand answers, and make damn sure every single cent squeezed from the people is used correctly and accounted for. It is supposed to be the guardian of our taxes, the heroes against waste, fraud, and corruption. And oh, how do they play that part? You'll see them on the news, holding public meetings, grilling government officials, with a show of passion that screams, action is coming. There's a dramatic flair to it, a performance so captivating, so conveniently reassuring. The committee is, of course, cleverly led by someone from the opposition. The genius idea to guarantee that they are fair, they are a united front against brazen theft of state money, and untainted by political games. Members from different backgrounds are meant to bring their skills, supposedly making them super sniffers of dodgy financial dealings. They are allowed to look through the Auditor General's yearly reports, those thick, often horrible books detailing the government's financial health, or more accurately, its terminal illness. These reports, with all due ceremony, are passed to the PAC. Their job is huge, of course, to check past spending, how money is collected, if public property is safe, and if there are any, or if at all, financial controls. They must ask big questions like, are the accounts reliable? Are we getting good value for money in government projects? Are the financial controls also good enough? These are serious issues. They're expected to talk loudly and publicly. The bark is, without a doubt, pretty impressive. It's made to send shivers down the spines of the wasteful and the corrupt. It is meant to shout that someone finally is watching, or so we're told. But this is where the big performance, no matter how convincing, starts to feel terribly empty. The Auditor General, a true workhorse in this accountability show, diligently creates reports, often packed with damning proof of money messes, and sends them to Parliament. Parliament, in turn, dutifully, almost like a robot, hands them over to the PAC. The PAC then takes center stage. The hearings begin, officials are called out, harsh criticism is delivered with dramatic flair. And the media, always hungry, eats it all up. Social media explodes with anger, and for a brief, exciting moment, it feels like justice is about to hit. We hold our breath, waiting for the big hammer to drop. But then, silence. a crushing, cynical silence. The suggestions, carefully made and passionately delivered, are quietly put away, gathering dust in a legislative graveyard. The very same officials, caught red-handed, just moments before, walk back to their offices completely unfazed. And the money? The millions? The billions of Maluti? Still missing, still gone. Does the box simply echo in a room of good intentions, but ultimately powerless words? Does all that noise and anger, however loud, just disappear, leaving behind only a bitter taste of betrayal? The PAC was made popular by the late Vincent Malebo, a name synonymous with financial mismanagement. The PAC uncovered damning evidence of misused public funds, flagged the irregularities, and called for accountability. And what happened? Nothing. No prosecution, no recovery of stolen money, and certainly no consequences for those involved. The case became a classic textbook example of how the PAC's findings are ignored and how the corrupt walk free. Because our watchdog can't do anything but bark. In 2018, the PAC exposed millions meant for agricultural equipment siphoned off through fake invoices and ghost suppliers. Names were named, the rot was exposed, and accountability was demanded. The result? Not a single official prosecuted. The money vanished, and the farmers got absolutely nothing. Year after year, the PAC reveals that thousands of ghost workers, fake employees, are draining the government payroll. Ministries promised action. Reports are filed, but the same ghosts keep collecting salaries and the real thieves remain untouchable. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the PAC flagged massive irregularities in the purchase of medical supplies, overpricing, no-bid contracts, and missing goods. The health of a nation was put at risk. And what happened? The culprits kept their jobs, and the public only got excuses. So, if the bite is so consistently missing, what's the point of all of this deafening noise? Is the PAC's loudest bark just a cynical political show, meaning absolutely nothing? Or does it perhaps serve a more sneaky, subtle purpose, even without any real power to act? You could argue, and some do, the public awareness and exposure are wins in themselves. The PAC, through its public meetings and media frenzy, clearly shines a bright light on financial screw-ups and alleged mismanagement. This exposure can, in theory, stop people from doing bad things. The chilling fear of being publicly shamed, of having your dirty laundry aired under the scorching media spotlight, might make some officials think twice before sticking their greedy hands into the public cookie jar. But this is where the truth gets fiery, where it burns. For the ordinary Mosotho, the taxpayer whose hard-earned cash is meant to fund our basic services like schools, hospitals, roads, what does all this performance mean? When they hear the PAC barking about millions missing, about shady deals, and about a blatant, ignorant disregard for financial rules, it ignites a firestorm within them. Why is the PAC, the supposedly mighty watchdog, so utterly terribly powerless? The answer is a bitter pill to swallow. The PAC is designed to bark, not bite. It can only suggest, it cannot prosecute, it cannot suspend, it cannot, for the love of our nation, get a single cent back of stolen funds. And when the PAC dares to get too close to the powerful fight back. Hard. Committee members face sneaky threats, blatant bullying, and even sudden removal from the committee. Furthermore, this vital institution is always underfunded, tragically understaffed, and often denied access to the very document it needs to do its job. Its investigations are always held back by red tape and a widespread culture of secrecy. It's like sending a poodle, bragana, to guard a bank. The spirit may be willing, but the institutional strength is utterly, fatally weak. How can you possibly hold power to account when you're constantly outmatched, outsmarted, and starved of resources? What then does this painful powerlessness mean for Lesotho? What is the real cost of a toothless watchdog? It means billions lost to widespread corruption every single year. It means our children are denied education because schools lack books and resources. It means our sick are denied healing because clinics lack medicine. It means our economy stops growing because roads are falling apart, full of potholes that swallow dreams. It means ordinary Basotho, the silent, suffering majority, pay the crushing price while the corrupt grow fat, grow arrogant, and grow bolder day by day. It means a widespread, toxic culture where no one is punished and where everyone from the top levels of power to the lowest office worker knows that the rules don't matter, that accountability is a myth, and no one ever is truly punished for their crimes against the nation. Here's the truth. A watchdog that only barks is useless. Lesotho deserves better, and we deserve a public accounts committee that bites hard. Give the PAC teeth, give it the power to send cases directly to law enforcement and demand action within strict negotiable deadlines. Protect whistleblowers, shield committee members and brave witnesses from the poisonous political revenge that tries to silence the truth. Make our government accountable. Other countries scarred by the same similar corruption that we face have done it. They have given power to their watchdogs, and why not Lesotho? The question we ask today is whether or not the PAC is a toothless, useless watchdog, only meant to bark and never bite. But I believe the answer is somewhere in between. This is In Perspective, where every issue deserves a closer look. Stay curious, stay engaged, and stay hopeful, and remember to subscribe, like, and share this video to keep the conversation going.